Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. You know, it's one of them situations when you hear an announcement like a legendary creator like Bruce Timm is coming back to create another Batman, the animated series, after the literal most amazing and probably one of the best versions of Batman we've ever seen in animation out there, which of course was the Batman, the animated series from the 90s that so many of us grew up on. It was one of our first introductions to Batman for a lot of us, and obviously introduced that very legendary at this point character of Harley Quinn. Well, boys and girls, there's a new series out there, Batman the Cape Crusader, that apparently David Zaslaz over Warner Brothers Discovery took one look at and went, oh, hell no, you are not putting that on my service. And well, boys and girls, of course, Amazon and all of their wonderful productions that they put out there gladly snapped this up and put this out there on their Amazon Prime series. Now, this also comes from not only Bruce Timm, the legendary, one of the legendary masterminds behind the original animated series, but also from our good old boy, Jar Jar Abrams himself. And boys and girls, we've got a wonderful little clip out there that confirms all of our suspicions of exactly how much of a disastrous dumpster fire this has already gotten to be. Now, obviously, we can go over all of the different things out there talking about. Obviously, we know that Harley Quinn has now been race swapped. She has also been now no longer has any connection to the Joker. She also looks, well, quite unattractive compared to what she looked like in, of course, her original animated series and in every iteration we've seen her in comic books, video games, live action, or in animation. So they've completely and totally negated that. We knew that from the beginning. We also know that they've they gender swapped. Penguin it's now Pinguet instead of Penguin, although they're still actually trying to call them Penguin, but we're going to call them Pinguet because I think that's more accurate statement, because Oswald Cobblepot deserves to be remembered and resigned. And that's the problem with this, right? That's my big issue with a lot of this kind of stuff. And I'm going to get into all of that. And we're going to show you a little bit of this clip. We can't play the whole clip for you by any means whatsoever, or, you know, Amazon will have a little hissy fit over the whole thing. But we can go through. It's got subtitles in here, and it's also got a little bit of a description here from Heistman. I don't know if Heistman was just really angry at the time when he was writing this, but his grammar's a little funky, but we can get kind of the general interpretation. And once you see the clip, you're going to understand exactly what we say here, because not only was our prediction right about them eliminating Harley Quinn's Joker connection so that they can make her a lesbian true, but they've also damaged and ruined one of our wonderful characters of Montoya, Bullock's sidekick, Bullock's partner that used to always keep him out of hot trouble, that was literally the yin to his yang back in the Batman the Animated Series. No, now, guess what they did to Montoya as well, boys and girls? Well, we're gonna find out here in just a second. So we're gonna check out this little video clip. We're gonna go over some of it. We're gonna show off how bad the animation looks, how incredibly hideous they are trying to make some of these wonderful characters look, and tell you all about where we think this is going and how much of a disastrous dumpster fire it will be for Amazon, and of course exactly why David Zaslaz said oh hell no to this Batman the Cape Crusader nonsense. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, because we just crossed 1K over there on YouTube, boys and girls, and I could not have done that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below letting us know if you will actually be giving this show a shot, if you'll be watching it, giving it a fair shake, or if you're like, oh no, Oswald Cobblepot deserves to be extended, and without Joker, Harley Quinn is absolutely nothing. So let me know what you think about that, boys and girls. So here we go. So Iceman here, I think he was a little excited when he put this tweet out there. I think he was a little agitated maybe at the time. So he says, I wasn't kidding. Asian Quinn, Harley Quinn, asks Montoya, who looks like a man with a muscular body, asks her on a date. I wondered, did that happen in the 1940s? Warner Brothers, no. Why do they want to release on Max? Hashtag Batman Cape Crusader. Jar Jar Abrams should never have a job on movies or TV shows ever again. And Heistman, I know he follows me as well. Like, it's one of those guys that are like, yeah, just slow down a little bit. It's okay. It's still going to be there. The clip's all out there. It's okay, man. Just check your stuff a little. Check your grammar a little bit, buddy. We're trying to look out for you here. But needless to say, he's right. That's exactly what we're getting. They've made Montoya into a lesbian as well. They also made her look more like Bullock than what she actually looks like. And if you want a nice high-quality clip, over here at Nerdrotic, shout out to Gary. He's got a wonderful little clip, Mr. Million subscriber, Mr. Nerdrotic. He's got a much higher quality clip of the actual date scene. We might even jump over to that a little bit, but we don't even need to really go through all of it. We already told you what happens, right? This is a date scene. She asks her out on this. And look, we're not playing the clip, Amazon, so back off. But literally, you're looking at this right here. You've got our Dr. Quinzel, right? No connection to the Joker. And of course, I haven't watched the series yet, but according to somebody out there in my chat, she actually captures rich people and tortures them because they're rich. That's your Harley Quinn, boys and girls. Not stealing, not robbing, not doing normal criminal activities. No, 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 no. She's a relatable villain because she's out there taking these rich people and putting them in their place. Yeah. Color us shocked there. What's new? So basically, she's not Harley Quinn at all. She's Harley Quinn in name only. Thanks. Appreciate that. But yeah, it's sweet the way you worry about the commissioner, right? Which of course, and now he goes, her dad's more of a father to me than mine ever was. Because of course, once again, they've erased another redhead by race swapping Commissioner Gordon. It's now Barbara Gordon's the commissioner. And of course, they're black. So once again, another erasure of a gorgeous and wonderful and beautiful redhead from the Batman universe. Thank you, Jar Jar Abrams and Bruce Timm. Oh, and don't forget Amazon. Because, of course, they gladly bought this and put it out there for all of your viewing displeasure. So she has more of a dad than mine ever was. Oh, Montoya's got daddy issues. Boy, I wonder if that's a self-insert from anybody involved in the writing of this show. And so, of course, Harley Quinzel, Dr. Quinzel, with her psychiatric background, goes, oh, look, what a perfect opportunity. She's got daddy issues. I bet I can ask her out on a date. So, of course, she proceeds to, you've got daddy issues. I think we should have dinner. Yeah, I can make that work. Good. It's a date. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. She does look slightly less dumpy in this, but if you go back over here and look at this, when you see her full screen right here, I mean, look at this. She's built like a linebacker. I mean, you can't say that's just a frumpy coat. So now they've taken Montoya and practically given her the build of Bullock. You know, the overweight cop that was eating donuts all the time and chugging down coffee left and right. They've literally made Montoya look like Bullock. Like, this is insane. And they wonder why they fail. Well, of course, they have their wonderful date night. Oh, isn't it so sweet? Isn't it so neat? Isn't it so kind? Oh, it's a technical name. I'm kind of impressed you knew that. Oh, aren't they so smart? Isn't it all so sweet? Ooh, I'll take you to the skating rink. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, isn't this exactly what you want to? And yes, I've heard this is PG-13. But let's be honest, boys and girls. Anybody, any single one of us that grew up on Batman the Animated Series is going to take one look at this animation. Any of the normies out there, any of the casuals out there who don't keep up on all of this stuff like everybody out there, like you watching these videos right now, all the casuals out there are going to take one look at the trailer for this, see the animation style, and think it's exactly the same thing as Batman the Animated Series. And they're going to plop their kid down in this. And guess what? That's the intent. They want to rewrite the cultural zeitgeist to make sure, much like many of us, this was our first introduction to Batman as a kid. They want this to be your kid's first introduction to Batman. A lesbian, dumpy, ugly Harley Quinn with no connection to Joker whatsoever, and a lesbian relationship between Montoya and her. Boy, can't you wait for that, boys and girls. I bet you can't wait to answer those questions for your kids. Mommy, I thought Harley was with the Joker. Where's the Joker? Why is she kissing a lady? Won't those be fun conversations to have? But of course, that's the intent when they're trying to shift the cultural zeitgeist. They want to replace Jar Jar Abrams and Bruce Timm, who apparently is now a sellout or has been completely and totally possessed by the spirit of the age, wants to replace for the next children's generation this absolute classic, which you need to go out there and get on physical media so they can never change it. They want to replace it with this. Because this isn't just some TV, this isn't just some one-off movie. It's not some Elseworld stories. This is an entire animated series. This is like 10 episodes. They want this to continue. So yeah, it's not just your Elseworld story. So yeah, oh, she's got to go. She's got called away. There's a call from Dr. Quinzel. There's one of the problems out there, so she has to leave it. Oh, it's an emergency with a patient. Oh, isn't she just so kind and caring? She has to do it. Ooh, but meet me later at Hopper's on Wilson and Laurie so we can pick up where we left off. Boy, I can't wait till we get to the lovely lesbian kissing scene in all of this. So yes, boys and girls, have they not only taken one of the fans' favorite characters out there, Harley Quinn, made her ugly comparatively to our original Harley Quinn, made her a lesbian, and made her and race swapped her, which honestly that I really don't care about all that much. You know, an Asian Harley Quinn, whew, I'd probably still be look just as good in that outfit. I really wouldn't care. But they literally erased her any kind of connection she had to the Joker. So of course, my prediction, which I'm no prophet, I'm not somebody that like is great at guessing on this stuff. I just see the writing on the wall. This isn't rocket science. Why else would you eliminate her relationship with the Joker, right? Why else would you do that unless you just want to make her a full-blown lesbian and give her a relationship in the show? And yes, Montoya is going to be, oh, so heartbroken. It's going to be so tragic when she has to arrest her girlfriend. You know, it'll be so horrible when she finds out she's a bad villain. Well, no, but she's going to be an understandable villain. She's going to be a relatable villain because she only captures those uber-rich people that are mean and then she tortures them. Well, you've got to understand, Batman. You've got to understand she needs help. It's not her fault. Like, this is what they do. They're trying to rewrite your cultural zeitgeist. They're trying to make this the next version of Batman, the next generational version of Batman. Well, guess what, boys and girls? For as long as there is breath in my body and as long as I'm able to continue doing this channel, I will call this nonsense out. I will shame Jar Jar Abrams and Bruce Timm, Amazon, and everyone else that allowed this to happen. Because clearly David Zaslaz has seen the writing on the wall. And when guess what? Woke don't work. It makes you go broke. And that's why he wanted nothing to do with this. And it's why Amazon and all their DEI requirements, all the check boxes they like to tick, slid this right in there and put it right out there for your viewing pleasure. Well, guess what, boys and girls? Fuck this show, screw them, and kiss my ass. Because Harley Quinn only works with the Joker. Oswald Cobblepot is the Penguin. And you will never take our beautiful Montoya Forest. Take your Bullock, take your Quinzette, and your Penguinette, and shove that right where the sun don't shine, Jar Jar Abrams, because I bet this one ain't even going to chart. Enjoy the hundreds of millions of dollars you burnt on this, Amazon. After all, you did it to yourself.